Before we get started, guys, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button and hit that like button so we can get this podcast growing like the heart rate that you are feeling now in your chest as I start this first story, The Shadows.
The shadows.
Here we go. No name. Was this anonymous?
I thought there was a name somewhere in the story. I don't know.
Oh, no, well, that just shows you I don't read this at all. The first line of it is, my name is Aaron. So that's what we're going to start with. Here we go. The Shadows. My name is Aaron, and this happened when I was living in an old house on the edge of Ashfield, Massachusetts. I had just moved in and was getting settled. The first few nights were uneventful, but then I woke up one evening to a dark figure standing at the foot of my bed. It wasn't shaped like a person exactly, more like a silhouette cut out of the night itself. Have you ever noticed? I posted a video the other day. It was a woman being pursued by something with big, like glowing eyes through the woods. At the very end of the video, it's all dark. It's all black. They're staring at she's filming and she's staring at the tree line. You can still somehow see the black figure. You can see it stand up. You can't see any details of it. It's like these things are blacker than like the night. They are darker than the night. It's strange. You know, I know what she's talking about. Like whenever I've seen videos and stuff, like it's almost darker than the night itself, which is super strange.
I just.
Why are you fucking with me?
I'm not. I just look at things. I'm sorry. What?
I'm looking. I'm looking at you, and you're doing this.
I'm trying to.
Fuck with me.
I'm trying to remember things that I've seen so I can.
By staring at the refrigerator? We're doing a scary story, and I'm trying to look at Cody, and normally Cody's looking at me, but instead he's just looking off. Get fucked, man. That made me piddle. That nearly made me piddle. Back to the story. I don't even care. What did I ask you? Did I ask you something?
I don't know.
Okay, good, because I don't
I'm
care.
off now.
Because I don't care. Okay. Back to the story. It had no features, just a dense black void, darker than the room around it. I blinked and it was gone, but the feeling of being watched lingered. Soon, the sightings became more frequent. I'd catch glimpses of a shadowy person slipping across the doorways, lurking in my mirrors, or standing perfectly still in the corners. My cat would hiss at empty spaces, and cold spots appeared in the living room, even when the heat was at full blast. The worst was the paralysis. I'd wake up, unable to move or speak, only able to watch helplessly as the shadow loomed over me, radiating an overwhelming sense of hatred and despair. Every night, I dreaded sleep. God damn.
Got animals sensing stuff.
Yeah,
It's
that's always like
spooky.
a clear indicator.
You're not seeing it, and then it's like, oh, my animal sees it.
Yeah. Man, I saw this video the other day. Like, I've been hesitant on making a video of it, but it appears that some sort of entity, like, attacks this man's dog.
Ooh.
Anyway, this dog just gets, like, yoked up from what it seems, but by, like, an invisible force. And there's, like, a few seconds that go by, and this thing is standing on its feet, and it just drops over and is stiff as a board. Now, I don't know if that's, like, it being in shock or whatever it is, but it's like, the visceral animal response that you see in a lot of paranormal videos, and it's like barking and it's kind of going nuts, and then all of a sudden it's just silenced, and and this guy is sitting there helpless, and you can see at one point too the dog looks like it gets drugged. It's a bit sensitive. Now I don't know if the dog's okay or not, or if this is fake. I mean, this is 2025. It's one of the things I'm like really starting to dread is just how
you
much.
Just can't even, like, any video you see, you're like,
yeah, you have to
50-50 chance now.
Yeah, grain of salt, like all day, There's some really convincing stuff out there, and it's only going to get worse, But yeah, it kind of made me sad. But anyway, yeah, animals they seem to be able to see whether it's like in a different light spectrum, like or maybe they're able to just sense like and see what we can't, but spooky to say the least. Back to the story. I tried everything. Salt around the bed, prayers, a psychic who smudged the house with sage until the walls smelled of burnt herbs. Nothing seemed to work. In fact, the psychic refused to come back after she had a panic attack in the house.
That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
What would you think this is at this point?
well, first off, that psychic, uh, that is a world of there's quite a few people I feel who take advantage of people in desperate situations. You
Yeah, I would
know,
say it'd be best at that. I mean,
I
not
don't
going
th-
back.
I don't yeah I don't think a psychic who's at least worth their salt would be. Oh, you're doing it again. What are you looking at?
Look at things.
I don't think a psychic worth her salt would be like, maybe have a panic attack, but not come back. That's your job. That
I don't know.
that's your job. You are a cleanser. You are an exorcist of in
Yeah, I
ways.
would say definitely get like a second
Yeah,
person to
yeah.
try to.
I would be like, well, don't you have any effing friends? If this thing is 2 times more powerful than you, then get one of your buddies, and the two of you take care of it. You know. But yeah, I'm thinking this is going to turn into a poltergeist situation. That's what I think. Poltergeist meaning like an entity capable of moving and I guess having enough energy to manipulate actual physical matter and material, tangible things. Spin crucifixes, throw things, open up cabinets. I've dealt with them at this old house. I told that story. It was a two-parter on TikTok. Dude, my life is one paranormal just shit show, man. Absolute shit show. And stay tuned on my TikTok because I'm about to get into the Hat Man that wasn't crazy, like wasn't scary. We called him John. It was after me and my sisters kind of ripped a hole open with the Ouija board, and we never closed it. And that's when we started getting really, really crazy paranormal activity in our home. One of the things that my entire family saw was what I later found out was the atypical description of the Hat Man. And it was very, very common, like to the point to where, it took a while because you'd be so caught off guard and be like, oh my God, like you turn the corner and there he is, or you would see him like kind of wisp through your wall and just kind of like come out from, because I think he was following pathways of the old house from where we reconstructed. We put up different walls, but it used to be a hallway or whatever, and he would just wander through. You'd see him go right through the walls and stuff. It was really, really spooky. But yeah, it was rather paranormal, and we got super, super used to that. After we got used to him, we weren't scared of him anymore. But that was not the only thing that visited that house. So, stories for another time. Back to the story. She told me stories of shadow people, entities that feed on fear, sometimes connected to places of tragedy or prolonged suffering. I couldn't find any history of violent deaths in this house, but I started to suspect the shadow was older than the building itself. By the fourth week, I was exhausted. I was terrified. Lights would flicker whenever I walked into a room, and strange scratching sounds echoed from the inside of the walls at night. That could be rats.
Could be, but could be something worse.
Yeah, I mean the gnawing of especially in an old house. Uh, we're investigating, right?
I would say, yeah, I would say if you've got stuff already going on though, that's not going to help you feel at ease with
Yeah.
stuff like that going on.
Oh, for sure.
I would wonder because the whole time when I was skimming through it, I got shadow people, and I thought shadow people. The whole thing with just seeing the shadows and then like the paralysis stuff, because that's like a weird thing that they can or
Yeah,
affect
like
you with.
sleep paralysis.
But the scratches, and I wonder if they were coming in threes, like over
Yeah.
and over or anything like that. Because then it would be more like they call it infestation when it's like a demonic presence
Yeah.
that starts off real slow, making noises and like just messing with you
Well, I
until
mean,
you're weak mentally, physically, spiritually,
uh,
and then it moves on to a next phase, which is like full on
yeah. Well,
possession and shit.
you are giving them your energy,
Yeah. Well, it's
you
like
know?
stealing it. Yeah, you're giving it
Yeah.
attention, but it's also there just
Oh, it's hard not to be scared.
yeah.
It's hard, but they're feeding off that. Everything has a vibration, everything, and it emits off of you. You are radiating vibration all of the time, and when that is, leaving you in whatever frequency you are allowing it to leave you, they are funneling it. They are pulling it up and out of you. So as it gets stronger, you are getting weaker. And that is the God's honest truth from firsthand experience. Friends stopped visiting because they said the house felt wrong. I once woke up to find every cabinet in the kitchen standing wide open. That morning, I called my landlord and told him I was leaving. I couldn't spend another night there. I packed in a single day, abandoning some of my furniture and memories in that cursed place. On my last night, as I carried the final box to the car, I saw it one last time. The shadow person, standing in the upstairs window, motionless. I felt uncertain if it was bound to the house or if it was bound to me. I drove away with tears in my eyes, praying it wouldn't follow. Even after, in my new apartment, I sometimes wake and think I see shifting darkness in the corner of my room and wonder if I ever really escaped. Well, I would say, in my opinion, if you went to that house and it was there and it's the only time, it'd be different if, this was something that followed her to that house.
I think you would know.
Yeah.
Followed you.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I'm just in reference to is it bound to her or
I would
bound to the
definitely be paying
house?
attention. Like, yeah, you'd be like fixated on every shadow from then on, probably.
Oh yeah. It's going to take a hot minute for that to fade away. Cuz stuff like that's rattling, you know?
I actually had an experience with, I don't know what it was. I mean, it was like part shadow person, but then something else. And it was at the school. And me and a friend were in the gym. And where the front of the building is and the door, and then the gym door is like right the side of it to lead outside. Kind of just, you could meet right there.
Yeah, I remember.
And this is when the gym door was actually there and like locked, so no one could come in that way. And my friend was standing over there by the door, and he swore he saw somebody standing there. I mean, this is dead of night, 2 a.m. or something, and he swore he saw somebody standing there against the wall smoking. He said it was just a black figure, but I mean, at that point we just thought, oh shit, a person.
Yeah.
Like, so I prepped over there to look out, and we both looked out the door again, glass door, and all we saw was a just pitch black like blob
Yeah.
just gloop up into the basement window, like through a crack in the window, and just down into the basement. We didn't even say anything. We just took the fuck off because
Yeah.
it was like in there, in the school now, and it was like, had no idea what that was, but it was.
Well, do you remember whenever we went into the school several times and it smelled like cigar smoke?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had weird phantom smells in there
Yeah.
a few times, in the daytime too, which was always
Yeah.
an eerie thing.
Yeah, it was super bizarre. It was always super, super weird. And then you do historical research on that, and you don't see death. You don't see
I always heard that there was a death there. That there was like a what you'd call him. He was like a mechanic or janitor type dude. I guess it was like back then you'd do everything kind of guy.
Yeah.
Just a handyman basically.
Yeah.
Apparently he died out front there.
Huh.
Like fell from changing a light bulb or something.
But I mean, it's got angry energy.
Yeah, something was there.
Yeah.
It's still there.
And how many times did it burn down? 2 or 3?
It was built as like one big schoolhouse at first. Like I don't know what year, a long time ago, just one big schoolhouse where all the town kids would go.
Yeah.
and then that burnt down. They built a slightly bigger school on top of that. That burnt down, and then they built the last one, which was
Yeah.
3-story, big rooms, basement,
Yeah.
gymnasium, and everything.
And no arson and no real clue as to why it burned both
Yeah,
times.
there were never any. Yeah.
A lot of it. So it's in Moxahala. A lot of people suggest that it is like, this area is, rife with Native history. A lot of people say it's Native American burial ground. But this was a fantastic story. Thank you, Aaron. I've dealt with things similar. We've definitely seen, Cody and I together have seen shadow people. I've seen shadow people. I think the Hat Man is like most commonly referred to as a shadow.
Yeah, there's
person.
a few that like stick around, like shadow people, like 3 that stick out.
Yeah, for sure. But that well-written story. Thank you so much, Aaron. What a good opener. Everybody give it up for Aaron in chat. Thank you guys for joining us for that episode of the Near Death Diary podcast around the internet campfire. I'd like to remind you guys that if you would like to have a story read on the Near Death Diary podcast, you can email us at the Hellfire Holler podcast at gmail.com. And why don't you hit that subscribe button, that notification button? Let us know that you like what we're doing by hitting the like button. And we will see you 8 p.m. for new premieres of the Near Death Diary podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mondays and Fridays. I'm your host, Deadeye Two Tongues. And we got the Fog Gilly himself, Mr. Cody. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next episode.